Today's video has a lot to do with slow living. Now, why are we basing it on the wisdom of the Amish? Who could better teach us about slow living than the Amish? They have been living this way for centuries. When you think of the Amish, you think of a slow pace of living. Well, they don't have any electricity. They don't have vehicles. They have horse and buggy. And their home life is so much different than what the mainstream modern world would be. But yet a lot of people, not just me, but a lot of people are taking the lifestyle that they have. We're going to take away the religious part of it and set it to the side, because we are not talking about religion of the Amish. We're going to go ahead and talk about the lifestyle of the Amish. Of course, it goes hand in hand because they're very religious people and they do have a big, strong faith. But we're going to go with the lifestyle of the Amish and how they can teach you about slow living. I did last year a series on 31 days of the Amish challenge. I am going to be doing that again because I need to, me personally. I'm taking you along for the ride if you want to enjoy it, if you want to watch it, you want to learn something from it. It's taking the Amish lifestyle and just slowing your life down, which I think, what better time than right now to do all of this, because I don't know about you, but this world has gone crazy. And now's the time that a lot of you, like me, need to go on these challenges just for our own mental health. So here we go. I'm going to show you different things that I'm doing today to help support in what I'm saying. So listen to the words that I say. I would strongly encourage you to take a notebook and pen and write some things down, because when you write things down, it can take it out of your mind and memory, and then you have it written down. It's so much easier to learn. The basic tips for slowing down. Facebook, television, smartphones, even radios can keep us from focusing on the tasks at hand. And because we are more likely to be without that focus, it tends to take us a lot longer to accomplish the items on our to-do list. You can decide to try things out for part of a day just to see if you would be able to get more done if you shut off the computer, radio, TV, and the phone. Try to let your mind be in the moment and keep your focus on the tasks at hand. First of all, it can be somewhat creepy, all of the silence. But afterwards, you most likely experience pretty amazing things. You will be easily redirected into doing other things. Before you know it, you could complete most of your weekly to-do list in just one day. Without all the distractions in life, you will find more peace. Try to unplug as most as possible. Remember, we are taking the cues from the Amish and their productive Amish lifestyle. Shut off those phones. You know, I don't even own a cell phone. My husband has a disposable phone, but we never use it. Turn off the computer. There's a good one for me. No radio, no television. Keep your focus on the projects at hand. When you're paying attention to only what's in front of you, you will be amazed how much you can get done. Let's begin with a list. As with anything teachable, you will not get too far without a good list. Grab a pen and a paper, and let's sort this all out together. You may not have all the items on your list. Some may be big, some may be small. The key is to get it all down in paper and take it out of your mind. House cleaning. Write down all the things that you need to do to get cleaned for that day. Laundry. Gather all the clothes and wash and dry and iron and put them away. Food prep. Prep your weekly meals, shopping lists. Miscellaneous home, sewing, mending, decluttering, organizing. All of these things, write them down. Now, when you go to start working on these things that you wrote down, turn off the computer. Or in my case, I love listening to podcasts. There's no visual or video, it's just the sound of a podcast. Or like today's video, you could all of a sudden just turn this on, turn your screen off, and listen to me talk as you work. I know by listening to podcasts and people talk while I work, I get so much more done. Step 6, try not to get too distracted. If you see something else that needs done while you're working, just write it down for next week's chores. That way you aren't getting so bombarded with all of the work that you have to do. A list from beginning to the end is so important. Do your toughest jobs first, when your motivation and your energy is high. And as the day goes on, then have easier jobs as you go. This system will help you in decluttering your whole entire house, but not in 1 hour. It may take days, weeks, and months, but slowly you will get it done. The best part of doing all of these things and having a slow pace of living is your family, your friends, and everyone will notice a more relaxed you. The best part of living like the Amish is the mentality of a peaceful, slow pace, which will do wonders for you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Tip from the productive Amish lifestyle is to read every evening. The Amish spend time as a family or by themselves reading something fun or informative. This is a great way to calm and quiet your mind so you can get to sleep much quicker. All of these things we can do. All of these things we can do for a more simpler way of living. Because when we write a list, we write what we can do that day, we get it done, all of a sudden our chores are more kept after. We don't have the anxiety of, oh, I have to get this all done today. It makes it such a much easier, peaceful life. And I want to emphasize the last part, reading in the evening. Because reading in the evening has been wonders for me, literally wonders for me. I put my videos up in the evening because that's when most people expect my videos. But I just make sure that they're up, and then most of the times I turn off the computer and I lay back and I read a good book. Right now I'm reading The Long Winter by Little House on the Prairie with, of course, Laura Ingalls Wilder. And it's transporting me back into a time, and I can actually learn lessons from the book on how to have my own homestead. This is a challenge for many of us. It doesn't come naturally or easy. Amish are born and raised in this situation. They were born and they were raised with this way of living. So it comes more naturally to them. But some of us who have been in the hustle and the bustle of life, it is a challenge to reset our minds and our brains. So many of the things we can do to create a peaceful, basic tips for slowing down using the Amish wisdom.